What's up everybody, welcome back to another drawing tutorial. So today we're going to be doing one from My Hero Academia, Twice and Toga. So it's when Twice sort of unleashes his Sad Man's Parade power, just when Toga's been defeated just after that. So that was cool. I thought it was a cool moment in the anime, so I just paused it and took a screen grab. So let's give it a go. I'm liking the My Villain Academia thing. I'm liking it. It's good. There's a lot of action and stuff. So, okay. Landscape orientation paper. Use a pencil and eraser and hit pause if I go too fast, right? So center point of my page is about here. Come over and we'll actually start with, we'll do twice first. That's confusing. We'll do twice first. So we start with his sort of frowns, right? So he's got like these big frowning brows, right? So a tick that way, and then a tick going this way. Right, and we're kind of in a 3/4 pose, right? So this eyebrow is slightly longer than this one, okay? Just something to think about, I guess. Right, so then these brows sort of have stress lines. He's a lot of stress lines on his face, lots of scratches and stuff. Going this way. Right, and then under here we have his two eyes, right? So we'll go triangular sort of eye coming down here. And then this comes in towards this brow, frowning brow area here, right? And he has red sort of bloodshot eyes, right? Because he's like, he thinks he's been split in two and he's going slightly nuts. So these will be red if you color them red, but I'll just draw them in so you can see them. And then his iris comes down there, and there are two black lines. You could join that together or leave the gap depending on what you like to do. Just in My Hero Academia, when they're close up on the eyes like that, they like to leave the gap, and then the pupil is just there as well. Just at the corner of his brow here, he has like a line coming up here as well. Then his other eye comes down the other side and across. You can thicken up this corner. And if you want, you can add some bloodshot lines. Not essential, but they're in the picture, so might as well do them. And then his iris, again, another sort of half finished circle with his pupil, half covered by his brow. Then we got more brow lines here. And so his nose, right? So his nose it has a good bit of shadow, right? But we got like lots of wrinkles and stuff. So it's like a wrinkle coming down here and a wrinkle coming up the middle and across here. And then he has that split that goes up his forehead. But we'll do his nose first. I won't get. So we got like wrinkle lines here, and then we have a line that goes down like so. And then it goes in, across, and up. I don't know what it is about anime and the dramatic close-ups on the face, but I enjoy drawing them. There's like more detail or something. He's got then these hatching lines on his nose. The ones in My Hero Academia as well are quite enjoyable. So he's a shadow all the way around his nose, right? So it goes down like a triangle, up. JoJo as well has like nice dramatic shots on faces. goes up here. This reminds me of JoJo, kind of all these shadows around their nose. Right, so that's all colored black inside there. Okay, so then he has like some lines underneath his eye, some like stress lines around his eye. And I think he's got some blood coming down from this eye. So you can draw that in with your pencil, but it's done in red. There isn't a black line. It's done just pure color. So I'll leave that up to you whether you want to draw it in like with a line or not, because it's actually just colored in red. Right, so then that line that goes up the middle of his forehead, so it goes, he looks kind of like a Klingon from Star Trek. Right there. Like so. Right, so we're going to just do his mouth. So real serious sort of mouth. So it kind of goes quite flat and then curves up the side here. It's kind of thicker on this part, as if he's kind of growling or something. And then he's got lines for like his lip on the side of his mouth, which is different to other characters. And then he's got a real square chin down here then. So, in terms of proportion, right, we've got a lot of... his head is tilted like quite forward, right? But if you went eyes to bottom of the nose, it's nearly bottom of the nose to chin. Like, it's pretty close. I'd say like just the top of his nose in there, just in that bottom of the hatching part, not quite the bottom of the shadow, to his eye. It's about the same as there to his chin. So like this is about halfway, so like right here, between the eyes and the chin. So like this line, so here to here is about the same as here to here. Okay, and it roughly is if you measured it. 3, yeah. Yeah, nearly. So like here to here, about the same as there to there. So you want that to be about halfway between your eyes and your chin, just if you're wondering about getting things in some sort of proportion. And then we'll go up the side of his face for his jaw. Now we're in 3/4 pose, so that means we can see jaw on this side, a lot of jaw, not as much jaw on this side. So it goes up to about here, about nose level, and then it changes direction up to the ear. Okay, and then the jaw on this side goes up a bit straighter, like that, see? So this side of his face is wider than this side. It's about twice the width, so you could go, this side of his face would go across like nearly twice. That's why it's called 3/4 pose, because the whole quarter is missing of his face. So then his cheek comes up this way, comes up the side of his face, up to there. And now then this will go around for his hairline eventually up this way, and it'll go spiking all around. Down the other side, and then this will eventually come down to like a sideburn here, and this comes back up, and this will go around his ear, just there, and then down. And so you know we're in a head tilt, like the tilt is coming towards us, the forehead, the head is like tilted up this way because the ears are higher than the eyebrows. See that? Normally if a character is looking at you straight on, the ears would be down here. But when they tilt forward, perspective moves things. They look like they're higher than they are. And then in there, we got like bones and ligament lines. So like stuff like so. And then this goes around there. And then like some stuff here. The ear on the other side then, roughly in line, maybe a little bit lower. Oh no, just about, maybe higher. No, about the same height roughly. And we go down. So it's roughly, yeah, it's roughly about the same height, maybe a little bit higher this one. And then we go up for the bones and ligaments inside here. This comes down and in. Up and around there. Okay, so there's all scratches and stuff on his face, right? And he's got some like mustaches and things like this. So like we'll just add some of those details now. So like lines like so, and lots of these sorts of and his mustache lines just come around his face here. And then some lines on his jaw, so like here, here, and some more scratch. And maybe some blood as well come down from his lip. And there seems to be like a bead of sweat here. Right, so then his hair, spiking crazy hair, so real sort of Albert Einstein crazy, not curly, but like just gone every way. Like this goes off the top of my page because we're super close up, so can't quite fit in all of his hair. And then some texture lines. Like that. Okay, so let's see. So we can't see much in the way of neck muscles, right? Because he's got a black costume on, but we can see his trapezius coming down from behind his ear. So sort of up here. Just comes down this way. Right, trapezius muscle there, and the other one comes down this way, in behind Toga's head. And then we got like collarbone going that way. But again, that goes in behind Toga, and then another collarbone here, and this will go like up that way. So there must be neck muscles. So we'll just draw in sort of roughly where I think there, and then there. I'd say like there should be like another something there for his trapezius, and the center of his chest will go down that way. And then the T that starts goes across his chest that way. Right, so then Toga, our girl Toga. And let's see. Okay, so her eyes are closed, and what do we start with? We'll get in the shape for her face, just so we can get in the right proportion compared to Twice's. Her face is quite a bit smaller, so just starting here, just sort of in level with his ear, see that? So we'll go straight down. So relatively straight diagonal line there. And then it comes around her cheek, down towards her chin. So that's the side of her face. Right, and then her chin sort of will go across this way. And it goes eventually in behind her jacket somewhere. So that's her jacket that way. Maybe like here. Right, so her nose then is just here. So we'll do her nose first before we do the eyes. It's easier. Curve line out this way. Curve line down there. And then we have an eye just at the top of this nose. So it goes over, closed eyes. And then the other one, before we add the eyelash details, we'll just draw in roughly where they are. Right, the other one there. So our eyes are closed. And then we thicken them up and add eyelashes, right? So spiking sort of eyelash lines. Just like this. So you want to just thicken them up and add some spikes coming off them. Just for eyelashes. And then her top eyelid off this line goes up here. And then she has kind of texture lines and things coming down like so. We do the same thing on the other one. So make it real sort of thick. Just adding eyelashes now. Coming down, maybe two more. so, and then we give her sort of an eyelid line there. Something else. Make it up here, like a bit of a shadow of an eyelid, because her eye's closed. And then like stress lines again. Around like so. And then the bridge of her nose just goes up this way. Her mouth then kind of slightly open. So we have just this top lip line here. And then to open it up, we'll add some teeth in there. And then bring that in there. So then we have that fringe of hers that comes all the way across her face, and it's all these square sort of lines, right? So they go curve up this way first. But the bottoms are all square coming down here, so you can add like as much of this. So, and this one's spiky actually, this one here for some reason. And then we have a square one, right? So these are all curve lines, then bringing them up around. Like so, and she does have an eyebrow, but put a little one in there. Can't really see it over here. So just bring this one down, and then she has a long spiking one coming down this way. Goes in behind her shoulder. Like so, on her shoulder. So we've got shoulder here. And then the top of her jacket so it comes across like cut and torn and coming across into here. Like so. And then we can see like a little bit of her ear, I think. Just in here. So there's like a shadow part. There, this is like dark part of her ear, and then it comes out the other side. Just here, down, into there. And then we have, I think, a sideburn or something here. So this jacket comes under her chin. And then there's like a button here. And then the top of it comes round, down. And then this goes around. That's her face. And more furry sections coming around here. This button's dark, so I'll color it in. Right, and then an extra line, I think just on the edge of this jacket here. Something similar over here. And then inside underneath the chin. And then another line there. Like so. Right, again, she has like scratches and stuff on her face, so you can add those. Hers are done in like pink and red, and she has blood dripping down her face as well. So all around her eyes. And then another sort of hairline going up that way. Okay, so Twice, right, is holding her head in his hand. So we have that big ball that's on his wrist. You know, that green and red one? So just here, going off my page. Comes down that way. And then Toga has her piece of hair and his finger comes up this, so his finger comes up this way. Real big. Right, so kind of this big bumpy line and then comes across, down to there. And it's a glove, so it's got like this edge glove line on it here. Maybe like a knuckle line or something there. So then she's got that Princess Leia style hair, these bobbin sort of circular things here. And then it's got like a piece of hair coming up from it, spiking up here. If you go over any of these lines, you know, that you shouldn't see underneath, you can just erase them. And then another one here. Again, if you go over anything, just erase them. And then another one here. It goes into there, and like a texture line. Like so, and some more coming down here. Another hair spike here, hair spike there. Right, so then the top of Toga's head comes around her fringe and then goes around the back of her head here, and then we have some texture lines coming out from here. So, and another hair spike here. We got some texture just going that way. And maybe shoulder, so some of her hood maybe there. But I think that's everything. Maybe some more of Twice's trapezius muscle just there. I think that's everything. Maybe neck muscle. That is how to draw Toga and Twice from My Hero Academia. Hope it was helpful, guys. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.